everybody, and welcome back to more of the Inquisitor series. We are continuing on in Chapter 4, and we are about to take over this gravity spike thingamajig. So it's kind of weird, as you can see, it like shoots off into space. It starts on the planet, and it's this giant beam that is kind of a monorail, actually, to be honest. And it goes up into this little space station that orbits the planet. Now, the weird thing is it's not necessarily orbiting the planet, because it's attached to the planet. It's just in orbit, which is really weird to think about. I just, like I said previously, I don't know how any of that works. I don't know the physics behind that, and if that's even possible to do. But they did it, so we're gonna roll with it. The story, though, for this is pretty intriguing, because this is something that I guess the regulator forces are now using as a bit of like a cargo transport from space to the planet. That's because you can't necessarily land a shuttle on the planet safely because of the atmospheric disturbance, basically. And what you have to do is you have to, put your stuff in this little cart and send it down to the planet. Not efficient, but it's functional. What we were able to do was get up here without being detected, and we're going to take this sucker over, and nobody's going to know. And that's the best part, is because then this can be our base of operations. We could put troops on the ground from here by just sending them back down in the spike without the regulator forces, ever knowing or being suspected at all.
Support team to ground. We're in a shuttle and ready to dock as soon as you have control. I've got another favor to ask, though. See if you can get the mercenaries' hut overseer talking. I'd like a voice print from him.
Do you always take souvenirs from your enemies, or is the overseer special?
Get his voice print, and we can synthesize it when the huts come calling.
Apsua Spido, si Miklo Drakintuk.
I'll keep trying, sir.
Jufarun se cuerva ni kavmak. Oba se sadorega, nebel slirar.
Tell your men to put down their weapons, and no one has to get hurt. You can't win this fight.
Membasta, unvaru karutaru mateni momaru. Tup now. Grimslim monita, rikoka shuro reg.
You don't even realize what worms you serve.
Kondite kovraska, to bailogun.
Why do they always do this? They get really cocky. This is like part of the course, basically, for the Inquisitor. They get super cocky. They're like, dude, I'm gonna kill you. And you're like, I'm sorry, but this is just not going to happen. I'm going to murder your face, and it's going to be very sad for you. You should probably just run away. And then you have the odd person every now and then that understands that, and they do offer to surrender. And you don't let them surrender, because, I mean, it would just be way too easy that way, right? So you just kill them anyways, whether it's through Force Lightning or through a lightsaber. Either way, it's really weirdly satisfying in a kind of sadistic way. Not that I'm crazy or anything.
Support team, the docking ring is secure. You may proceed to board.
Take positions, everyone. Bedaru, scan the base. Captain Honthor, you're on comms. My lord. Lord of the Council, I wasn't informed you were the ground team. Sorry if I seemed too casual.
Sir, the huts are calling, but we've got what we need to fake a response. What answer should I send?
Tell the huts that we had a shielding failure and radiation levels are rising. We have it under control, but we're temporarily quarantining the gravity hook.
Do it. I'm Catherine Niar, by the way. 8 years Ministry of Logistics, 3 months Black Ops Coordinator. Times being what they are.
Lord Sitharat, Tactical Advisor. My life for you, my loyalty to the Empire.
I'm here to organize the team and facilitate your needs. He'll suggest people to kill.
You pledge your life to me, but who made you Sith? I would know your loyalties.
The traitor Darth Malgus brought me out of the Academy. I am here to pay for his crimes. The Empire must be united.
If we're going to steal McKeb's Isotope 5 stockpile, we don't have much time. Once the Hutts figure out what we're after, they'll shut down our escape route.
Fleets burn over Balmorra to buy us this opportunity. We mustn't waste it.
Our proposed target is Solida Hesk, Mining Corporation executive. Secretly worked with the Hutts to study Isotope 5 and sell out the planet. She's hosting half a dozen Hutts and their bodyguards at her private resort. But if there's anyone who knows where the isotope is stored, it's her.
Executives who consort with Hutts don't hold up under interrogation. How do I find her?
A covert assault on the resort. I will provide tactical data once you arrive.
Transportation will be ready soon. You can break in, question her, and get her to turn over control of the corporate computers. Any words to your team before you go?
The Empire is on the verge of destruction. Our brothers battle the Republic half a galaxy away while we are here, in a den of worms. Nonetheless, we fight for Imperial glory. We fight for our homeland and our birthright. We fight for our rightful place among the stars. And though none will ever hear us if we fall, if we succeed, our names will be carved in the stones of Korriban forever. I am of the Dark Council. But today, I lay my life down with you. For the Empire!
For the Empire.
For the Empire.
For the Empire. Gotta love it. The Empire is just great. It's just awesome. They may not necessarily always fight for the right thing, or, you know, not necessarily stop fighting with each other, but they're always fighting for what they believe, and that's good, right? I mean, that's not good. You know, you're just an Empire hater if you don't like the Empire. But it's worth noting the whole Darth Malgus thing. If you don't know about Darth Malgus, basically he did a few things that the Empire did not necessarily look fondly on, and he was kind of the spokesman for the Empire for quite a while there. But you'll want to play through all of the Ilum stuff if you really want to learn about that, so do that.
I am here, securing the line. I gather you felt that. If these quakes continue, none of us may escape intact.
I wouldn't be concerned. I've caused stronger groundquakes than that.
Yes, Dark Lord. Solida Hesk and her corporation hold the secrets of Isotope 5. She is currently at her resort, hosting 3 Hutt clan lords.
Manju is a spice trafficker and slaver. Kabisho is a negotiator and advocate for the cartel. And Prodoranya runs an industrial moon.
Hesk has installed substantial automated security, and each Hutt also has a cadre of bodyguards. Resistance is inevitable.
If an alarm goes out from the resort, the whole Hutt army will descend on us. Bodyguards will be the least of our problems.
I concur. The resort is built on a self-contained mesa. Isolate the mesa, and neither reinforcements nor fleeing witnesses will pose a problem.
There are only a handful of landing pads around the resort, so I'd suggest destroying the pads and the shuttles.
However, the Hutt's bodyguards are garrisoned at the landing pads as well. To cut off the resort, you will need to pass through them.
The enemy will still be able to call for help, even if we cut off reinforcements.
We can't hide the attack altogether. We can only delay word from spreading and disguise our objective.
I will monitor your position and update you as I can. May the Force grant you strength.
You know, that's just really cool at the beginning of that conversation there when he's like, look, the groundquakes, they're getting bad. They're so bad. I hope you don't have any issues with that. My character's like, look, guy, listen, listen. So, here's the deal. On Nar Shaddaa, I caused the groundquake. So don't even. But, you know, if you go back to my Inquisitor story, did she really cause the groundquake? No, she didn't, like, literally be the one to shake the ground. It was this cool ruse that she did with the guy there, and she was trying to win over followers from this dude's cult. So we blew up these, I guess, gas veins underneath the ground, which allowed us to have the ground shake at the perfect moment, giving us a illusion of causing groundquakes. So just to refresh your memory and all that. But it's really cool that that is there in the story, that you can select that as an option. It's one of those things that when there's shared quests, so far in the game, there's been very few little options like that that actually reference to your main story that are, you know, in a shared quest, which is it's kind of hard to do that because you have to write individual dialogue lines, and it's just a mess for coding, I'm sure, and it's a mess. So what ends up happening is you don't typically get those, but with this, because it is chapter 4, they did put some effort into that, and you'll get that with each class. You know, little things that you do here and there in your past story get brought up, or that you can bring up, you can't avoid bringing it up and stuff like that in case that's, you know, your prerogative, which is, it's just one of those things that's quite nice for the story, it's quite nice for role players, it's quite nice for my legacy because I'm able to reference that kind of stuff. And it's, to be honest, it is something that my character would reference. Like, hey, remember that I caused an earthquake once? Like, hey, don't forget about that. Just so you're aware that I'm super powerful.
Solid Hesk should be around somewhere.
The Archon reviewed my security himself, and if you have a problem, well, why don't you slither back and let me handle this? So the Empire is on Makheb now? Trying to kill the Hutts while they're in one place? Or do you trot after the Republic fleet wherever it goes?
There's no need for insults. You're a businesswoman, and I'm here to ask questions. That's all. What do you know about Isotope 5?
Isotope 5. Right. Yes, my company found it, mined it for our Hutt investors. Kept it a secret by their request. Worst deal we ever made. It's because of the Hutts that we're going to lose Makheb.
What are you talking about? How would you lose Makheb?
Makheb only has a few weeks left before the planetary core rips apart. That's what happens when you extract Isotope 5.
The groundquakes.
No more Makheb, no more Isotope, and no more fancy resort or corporation. So yes, I'll need Hutt allies once my planet is gone.
Do the Hutts know that Makheb is doomed?
Of course, that's why they're mining all the Isotope 5 they can. Go ahead, watch my hands, I'm not triggering any alarm. There. I've granted access to my corporate systems.
Checking. We're in.
I have information, money, and influence, and I'm as happy to work with you as with the Hutts. Just help me survive.
She acts unforgivably.
She's not going to betray us today. And if anyone can mislead the Hutts about our presence, it's her.
My operation, my decision. Consider this a stay of execution, Hesk.
Thank you. I'll keep funneling my resources to you and keep an ear out for anything new. In the meantime, what should I tell the Hutts?
The Empire knows the Republic is struggling with the Hutts over Makheb. Where the Republic goes, the Empire follows.
I can sell that. Good luck out there.
We'll check her corporate data and wait for you at the gravity hook. We can chat about the end of the world.
I figured I'd go with the light-sided choice there, but we'll see how that ends up working out throughout these next episodes.